What's up everybody, it's your boy Doody back again with another video, and this time we're taking a look at our boy DSP's daily rap video where he goes through his daily streams of Street Fighter 6 and Diablo. And oh my lord, if you guys watch any of the content that I put out there, you would see that he had a pretty bad day. I mean, Street Fighter support was okay, thankfully for one of the dents that popped up. If it wasn't for that, that would have been utter trash. And then the night stream Diablo was just terrible. I mean, it was so bad your boy Doody fell asleep and I couldn't even get my clip video out. I did it earlier this morning because I literally fell asleep. That's how god awful it was. And of course, support was not there. The best part of that actual stream was the dents and the trolls joining forces to make fun of Phil's terrible haircut. That was pretty funny. Other than that, it was just a normal trashy gameplay. So let's get into it.
Not comfortable enough with the game to constantly get the things that I want. There were several times where I had won matches. All I needed was for my moves to come out, and I would get something completely different. For example, I'm about to win a match. Ken jumps at me. I do standing heavy kick, but instead of getting it, I get half circle back heavy kick, which becomes this floaty Blanca ball. Ken just does level 3 super to it, and I instantly lose the match. 60% health gone. Damn. And that kind of thing kept happening again and again, where I had a critical moment. Here comes a big combo, and sometimes I will tell you it was a brain fart. 100% I'll take fault. I'm not comfortable enough with the game because I'm not just playing with one character. As you guys know, I have been switching characters frequently, so I'm not comfortable enough with any one particular character where I feel like muscle memory has taken over yet, and I'm just doing these things on the fly like I can do with older games. Instead, it's like I have to actively, consciously think about everything I'm doing in every part of the game, and it's not easy, you know? So I'll be like, okay, mid-screen, I gotta do the combo like this, but then it's situational, because if I cross over, I have to do a dash cancel, but if I'm not doing it, if I do an anti-air, it's a different combo. If I wall bounce, that's a different combo. Sometimes I want to do a combo, sometimes I want to mix it up with a mix-up with the little Blanca-chan doll. See, all these things are going through my head, and it causes me to basically drop a lot of stuff and or kind of fuddle my own brain and mess it up. Listen, I'm 41 years old, and I know that I can get good at this game if I keep dedicating time to it. But the frustration really sets in when I know I can win a match and I'm in the middle of a sequence where it's time to win, and if something goes wrong, whether it's a move doesn't come out, an input drops, right? I'll go for, I need standing heavy kick. I get a sweep, and because I get a sweep, the enemy just jumps, giant punish combo, 60% damage, lose the fight. And it's like, good news is I won more than I lost today. I even ranked up. My Blanca's now 4-star platinum. Another 1 or 2 sessions with Blanca, I might hit diamond rank.
Okay, I want to address this issue right here where Phil is talking out of both sides of his mouth. First of all, he blames dropped input. So he essentially says, oh, the game is dropping his input. He meant to do a super, and for some odd reason, the game gave him a jab. I've spoken to several people who actually are playing this game nonstop. And each person, I asked them, okay, is this happening? Is it that the game is dropping your move or your input? I've spoken to 4 people, and each of them has said, no, that does not happen. He was like, usually when it's a drop move, it's because you pressed the wrong button, or someone did something before you, and it essentially kind of countered what you were trying to do. That is the only instance where you won't get something when you're fighting the game, when you're playing the game. Not one of them said, well, yeah, occasionally it can do that where it's just dropping your move, and you hit the right button combination, but it just doesn't come out. None of them said that happens. Not a single one. And I went on the Twitter to see, okay, are people complaining about this? Is this a big issue with people? Not a single tweet of one person said the game is dropping my moves. Not a single one, Phil. You are the only one experiencing this issue. Just like lag, just like bugging that code, just like all of these other lame excuses you use when you play Street Fighter, you're the only one encountering this issue on a mass level. Every other game is there's a problem. Every other, it's not like this is happening, once a week or once every 2 weeks. This is happening multiple times in every game. And the funny thing is that you say this, and then literally 3 seconds after you state that, you actually tell the truth and say, you're old, you're the one not pressing the correct buttons. And you know, I believe in Occam's razor, essentially the most logical reason is typically the correct reason, and the most logical reason here is, Phil, that you pressed the wrong buttons, and that's why your movie either didn't come out or you got something other than what you were expecting. So let's keep going.
It would be amazing, but I am frustrated that my execution is poor, and I literally threw away 10 matches today, no exaggeration. In the 3 hours, I probably won like 35 matches and lost like 25. I seriously should have won like 45 and lost 15. But it's me dropping stuff. Now, the other 15 losses, yeah, it's me being outplayed, and there's a lot of stuff in the game that I have issue with. Now that I'm playing it more, I'm seeing a lot of characters play very similarly. A lot of these characters who are more rush down style characters, and they can keep doing safe dash cancels and mix-ups, they all play the same. I'm talking Cammy, Jury, Ryu, Ken, Jamie, DJ, to name a few. There's like 7 or 8 characters that almost all play the same for mid-range. And it's frustrating to see that, because it's like, that's all I'm facing. It's very rare for me to see another character. And because of that, number one, I'm just going to have a hard time against those characters because I don't face them that much. And number two, it's just boring. Fighting the same character over and over all day is just boring. I want to fight a variety, and I'm not getting that variety. I think I fought 2 Marisas all day, probably like 2 JPs, no Dalseems, 1 Honda. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's lame that everyone is rushing to the same characters.
And yet again, Phil, like you do with everything in your life, you fail to adapt. You fail to adapt. Instead of saying to yourself, okay, you know, everyone is choosing these 5 to 7 characters. Let me use those characters and play with those characters and try to level up those characters, 2 or 3 of them, whichever. It doesn't have to be all of them. You want to be play with Blanca, fine. Choose Blanca, and then maybe choose one of the newer characters and try to get good at that. No, you refuse to do that. You continuously do the same thing over and over again. What do? You play with Blanca, you play with Dalseem, you play with E Honda, you play with Marcia, these big, lumbering, powerful fighters that are, from in your words, have a disadvantage against these more mid-range, faster players. So whose fault is that? That's your fault, Phil, because you refuse to adapt. You expect everything in the world to form to your liking, and that's not how things work, Phil. When people started playing this game, they started noticing, oh yeah, you know, it looks like they're gearing towards the newer, faster, mid-range characters. Let me adapt and start playing with them. No, you decide, I don't want to do that, I want to do this. And now you're getting clapped for it, and that's why you're an average player. And you're going to continue being an average player, because the meta of the game isn't going to change. And until you learn to adapt, which you eventually do after a long time, unless you adapt, you're going to keep facing these hurdles and these challenges.
Overall, I do feel it was a good set, but my God, yeah, I got heated by the end, where I knew I could have been getting more wins, and it was just simple dropped moves left and right. I'm going to attribute it mostly to me. I'm not going to say that this joystick is perfect, because I don't know. I don't even know if this joystick's any good. It's the Fighting Stick Alpha. I don't know about reviews or whatever for it, so I don't know if it's perfect, but I will tell you, I know for a fact that a lot of it is me.
Oh my lord. He actually brought up the joystick. How many times have we heard Phil heap praise on the Hori joystick? Heap praise on all the products that Hori makes. And now, well, I don't know if it's the joystick. Maybe it's the joystick. It might be me, but maybe it's the joystick. Let me just throw that out as just another plausible excuse, so that when I continue losing and not modify my playthrough and not modify how I play the game, I can blame the joystick. Yes, I can blame my Hori fighting joystick, and then ask your dents to buy you a better one, because if you get a better, more expensive joystick, you'll do a lot better, right, Phil? Is that what you're going for now?
Older, and that's the problem. You get older, you lose that edge. If I were playing Street Fighter 6 constantly without breaks, I'd probably be a lot better. A lot of these people, that's what they've been doing for 2 weeks. Not me. I'm balancing it with tons of other games. But I'm doing my best. And you guys have been great. You supported the stream in droves today. Thank you for that. And overall, I did rank up my Blanca. I did get more wins than losses. So it's all gravy, right? There you go. The late stream tonight was Diablo 4. It was a chill late night stream where all we really did was focus in on story. Even though there was a lot of side content that opened up, I really focused in on story. And by the end of the night, not only had I almost completely finished Act 2, but also my build has changed. Someone made a recommendation. They said, get rid of that Flame Hydra. That's early game stuff. Get the, what do they call it? I forget what it was called. It was like uncontrollable electricity or something like that. So basically, it's this ultimate skill. And the ultimate skill takes a minute to charge, but man, when you do it, all of a sudden lightning starts flying everywhere, and there's electric balls going everywhere, and it just like murders everything. So it's a pretty good ability, and I like having that. So I'm going to start using that instead of Hydra. And by the end of the night, it was a really good progress night. And we had some chill fun. Of course, we had some idiotic people trying to be dickheads. But for the most part, it was a great stream. And I had a good time. All right? I did. I'm going to say this. Yeah, it's starting to be annoying that you see people who come to the streams and they're doing these fucking memes that I don't even know what they are because they're from detractor streams. Like, I guess the latest one is I have a bad haircut. They don't like the fade I get or something. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. People start saying dumb shit. I'm actually like, are you going to get a haircut tomorrow? What are you talking about? I just got a haircut. Oh, yeah, but are you going to get it fixed? Get what fixed? The fuck are you talking about, you fucking idiot? That's what I mean, dumb shit. And it's like a 5-year-old on a schoolyard saying dumb things. Here I am, I think they're serious and shit. I'm like, no, it's just some idiotic kid saying something dumb on a stream, a fucking moron, So anyway, I apologize because this week there definitely was more trolling element. I know that. Losing the internet for the day really threw stuff off. This week coming up should be better, all right? It's going to be a solid week. By the way, a 7-day streaming week coming up. Tomorrow I'm off from streaming. If you happen to watch anything on any of my channels, please enjoy. Please remember to like the videos and leave comments for engagement, please, because that helps a ton. If you want to help out the channels, hey, maybe do a super thanks. Maybe consider doing a membership. That's also always appreciated.
Okay, I I wanted to stop it there because I did want to comment about the people talking about his haircut. That's nothing new, Phil. What they're talking about is your hairline. Your hairline, it's just terrible. It's completely uneven, and we don't understand why you don't get that fixed. If you look at the left side, I'm guessing, because it changes your view, your perspective, it would be your left. If you put your hand out, your left hand, looking at this video, Phil's hair goes almost mid scalp, and then on the other side, it's just squared up shorter for some reason. And you can fix that, Phil. I know you don't want to, you're trying not to show your hair getting balder, which it is. It's just part of life. You can't help that. And you can see how terrible your hairline is, Phil. And that's what people are talking about. When you go get a haircut, it actually, you can see it a lot more because your hair is shorter, and those, that your hairline is more protrusive, and it's just bad. So that's what they're talking about. So I thought it was funny. That was probably the best part of the stream yesterday. So
now tonight, not reacts tonight, so give it a look. I hope you enjoy. All right, when I come back on Thursday, it is the premiere of Final Fantasy 16, which I just bought and preloaded on my PS5. It is good to go. I'm playing it all day long Thursday. I'm giving it the whole day to sink in, 5 hours of gameplay. Let's get a good chunk into the game and see what I think, my initial impressions. Maybe I'll even do a YouTube short of my initial impressions. We'll see, okay? Keep in mind, I'm going in blind. I know nothing of this game. I've paid zero attention to it. So I'm going in completely blind, and I hope that it's good, okay?
Yes, Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy will save the business. I'm guessing that's the new line from Phil over here, where he's going to be playing. He's going to be playing Final Fantasy. I'm not sure. 16 is it? I'm not sure. I really don't play the Final Fantasy games, but yeah, Phil's gonna hope that it saves the channel. And of course, again, he's here talking about how he's going in blind and not knowing anything about the game. Yeah, that's really smart there. You're gonna couch a game that you're gonna pay God knows how much money for. And the funny thing is, you don't always do that. You do it for certain games that you don't want to play, where you'll come up and say, oh well, I watch reviews and I heard commentary on it, and I was told it was no good, so I'm not gonna buy it. So you do, for some magical reason, you do research some games but don't others. And I find that to be extremely funny. It sounds to me like you're just using you use those other examples as excuses for not wanting to buy and play a game. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Final Fantasy will save the channel, folks. Stay tuned. Hope you enjoy your day off. Peace out.